Welcome everybody to my first ever YouTube video. Currently on the way to the gym, bit of Sam Sulek style. Mainly what this is going to be about is, there's going to be some educational type stuff, probably just some training stuff. I kind of wanted to document my journey on the way to my first bodybuilding competition at the end of next year. And, the challenges that may arise, the fun parts, the not so fun parts. So I'm now currently in a building phase, building up to the end of next year. So for the next, at least another 10 months, really focusing on getting as strong as possible, building as much muscle as possible. And, this is the part where a lot of people often, don't put as much effort in. I know I haven't in the past because you're kind of like, you're not in a fat loss phase, you don't need to be as strict and it's easy to let things go. But the building phase is really where performance matters the most if you want to get the most out of it. So, I know I've made a lot of changes to my daily habits and routines trying to get the most out of this, but the question will be whether I can actually continue that for a solid 10 months. There's going to be sometimes I'm going to let the foot off the gas a little bit, so to speak, like, going overseas in February for a little bit, but for the most part, I'm really going to be grinding, and I'm keen to really document that process and bring you guys along for the ride. So pre-workout has been ingested. Time for a bit of a pull day today. I'm pretty keen, I'm feeling good. Pulling exercises are feeling pretty strong lately, not going to lie. Pushing, usually my strong suit isn't feeling as good, but things ebb and flow when it comes to training. So yeah, overall, feeling pretty good. Let's get into this session. I'm currently running a daily undulating approach. So this is my lighter pull day of the week. That doesn't mean a low intensity day, as many people may get it confused for. It's just higher reps, lower load, which also all the time means better pump. So no one complains about that. All right, let's get it. Damn, look at that silverback gorilla. No, first up we have the upper back pull down. This trains your lats, but I'm kind of using that as a bit of an upper back movement. Just trying to get my chest up nice and high, expand rib cage as I pull down. You'll notice across this workout that I'm not training super high volumes. A lot of the time it's only 2 sets per exercise, but I'm incorporating rest pauses. I'm training failure most of the time. I find that, this gets results. I can train hard and I don't have to deload all the time. Next up we have the upper back row, traps, rear delts, rhomboids. I'm using D handles here, but you can use whatever you want really for this one, as long as you can get your arms at that 45-degree angle. Next up, this is honestly one of my favorites for lat training. I'm trying to train in the active range of the lats, so I'm not getting my upper arm too high above my head, and having this set up as opposed to a normal lat pull down machine enables me to stay within that range. Then we're just finishing off the lats with this straight arm pull down, just isolating with that movement. Then we have the classic for any bodybuilder, and that's alternating dumbbell curls. Arms have never been a strong suit for me, but I've been focusing on them lately. I think I hit 20 kilo dumbbells the other day for the first time, so pretty happy with that. Now the all important pump check. Side chest, despite not training chest, but gives a cheeky look at the rear delt, which is looking not too shabby. And then the lat spread. This is definitely something I want to improve over these next 6 months for sure. So that's my pull day done. Feeling pretty ravenous at the moment. I'll need to go in and eat soon. I don't know if this is everyone's experience, but for me, whenever I do like a resistance training session in the gym, I end up really hungry afterwards, but when I do cardio, I don't feel the same. Possibly because my body's preoccupied trying not to pass away after cardio. But anyway, because it's pool day, I thought I'd give like a tip, I guess, or a learning that I've experienced throughout my lifting career so far. And when I was starting out, or not even starting out actually, once I started to get more into training and I started to look at, okay, how many working sets am I doing across a week? I would tally everything up and I'd be like, okay, chest, count how many sets I'm doing across the week in my program. Back, count how many sets I'm doing across the week in my program. And I was treating chest and back as the same thing. But when you think about it, that's a ridiculous thing to do. Your chest is comprised of your chest. Yes, you got the upper portion, the lower portion, whatever. But your back, you've got your traps, you need to include your rear delts in there, the mid-back, the rhomboids, lats, erectors. So it's silly to kind of see them as the same, back and chest as the same thing when you're counting up your weekly volume. So the best thing you can do to make sure you're having a well-developed back is separating your weekly volume. And if you're not already tallying up your weekly volume in your program, do so. But break up your lats, the upper back, the erectors. It's kind of okay to count the traps and the rear delts and the rhomboids as the same when you're counting volume, because they are kind of usually similar movements of working those areas. But make sure at the very least you're breaking up upper back, lats, erectors, so you know that each of those parts are getting love. So that's my little tip for today, and thanks for watching, guys.